Whoa, one more time.
One more time.
Well, this is number 2. Welcome back. We
Second time.
And we know who Jay is. I am Steve. I am the chucklehead in Foolish Times, and this is the Foolish Times podcast. Yes?
Not everybody knows who I am.
A lot of people know who you are. The right people know who you are.
Very well.
Okay.
Yeah, very well.
Carry on.
And we have with us a special guest today, Mr. Tony Smith, who's sitting right over there with the San Francisco Giants hat on.
There we are. Yes, thank
and
you.
Tony is a musician. He's a teacher. He's my friend. I'd call you my friend.
You may,
I can do that.
at least for the link for
Actually,
this.
you're not a teacher. I misrepresented that.
That is correct.
You're a retired teacher.
Retired teacher, yes.
3rd grade.
As of June 1st, yes.
June 1st.
Yes.
Now, you're a tall, good-looking man.
I am.
And somehow you taught in the Alisal on the east side of Salinas, 3rd grade for how many years?
29.
29 years.
Yes.
How'd you end up in the Alisal?
I needed a job really bad.
Why did
Truly,
you stay? Did you
truly,
lose precious time?
Well, there weren't a lot of teaching jobs at that point, and once you get into it and you're tenured, to get out, then you're untenured again, and you have to go through that. So you kind of get trapped, So.
But you liked it.
I did.
You liked the kids.
Yeah.
And for all the years, you must have had brothers, sisters, other family members coming through.
Oh yeah, I've had siblings of my old students. Or not siblings, they're kids.
They're kids, right.
Yeah, they're
Right.
kids, yeah.
So you get invited to weddings?
Quinceañeras and stuff, yes. I don't go because I'm too afraid to go to those things.
That is very cool. And not only do you teach, but you're also a musician.
I am.
Guitar,
Guitar, yes.
not drums.
No.
That's the ex-wife.
Yes, that's the ex-wife who was the drummer.
Yeah.
How young were you when you started playing guitar?
Oh, God, probably around 14, 15, right around there, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
And stayed with it. Let's see the hands. That's bass. Meat hooks.
Yeah, they must have been.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Well,
Yeah.
Very, very
You
cool.
were in a high school band back then?
Yeah, I was. And
And high school was where?
in Lodi, California. And I was playing in this high school band, and these older guys saw me
Like
play.
seniors?
No, they were already out of high school. They were like almost 10 years older than I
Oh,
was.
okay.
And they approached me and said, look, we've got this tour, blah, blah, blah. We need a bass player. How long until you graduate? And they were even pushing me to try to graduate early so we could leave early. So, I told my folks. They weren't too happy about it. But, right after I graduated,
On the road.
on the road, yeah.
Rock? Punk?
Yep, just rock.
Cover band?
Yeah, we were like, we would go play, we were in Canada. We toured through Canada, and we would play at the hotels Monday through Saturday.
You're like a lounge act?
No, they had rock. It was a rock thing.
No, hotels.
In
great.
Canada,
Like
the motels are the clubs and stuff, At least that's what it seemed to me anyway. That's where all the clubs
that's
were.
where your gigs were.
Yeah.
So they lied to you. So
Yes.
the other thing is, for retirement, and you look awfully young to retire, which is a compliment in a weird
thank
way. But you're married, so we're not going to go
How
there.
is that weird?
Well, you know how it is.
No, I don't. Tell me.
No, we're not even going there. But you you had a weird, but you had probably the strangest retirement of any teacher ever in the world.
Yeah.
You never completed the year.
I didn't complete the year. I got sick. I had sepsis for the last couple of days and ended up in the hospital. So I didn't get to end the year with the kids or anything like that, or our class party or anything. I did get to pay for it, but I
Right.
didn't get to
But now-
participate.
Sorry about
you're up there at Chomp, and I know
That-
I went to visit you, so I'm gonna cheat on this question because I just think it's hilarious. Chomp is the Country Club Hospital of Monterey County, and yet when you go in the bathroom, they have
Single ply toilet paper.
oh
Yeah, it's like being in a. You walk into the bathroom and you're like in a third world country. No, I'm not kidding. Even in the shower, there was hair on the walls.
oh.
Where am I? You know, come on. Well, what are you gonna do? You
Oh
know?
well, for the money,
I know. Yeah,
I
yeah.
could stay in a Holiday Inn Express and get that.
Sounds pretty punk, buddy. Sounds pretty punk.
Well, I got a
was.
friend
It was
who-
hardcore, man. Hardcore.
I got a friend who was at Chomp, and she had her husband bring a roll of toilet paper. Didn't think of that, did you?
No, I certainly didn't. I don't know why that didn't cross my mind.
Yeah.
Well,
did you like that feeling, obviously, of
yeah, and
sandpaper on skin,
it makes you feel alive
It
again.
makes you
yeah,
microdermabrasion?
Any questions?
But other than that, they took care of you.
Yeah.
You feel good.
I do. I walked out of there.
Well, yeah,
I
you-
rode out of
You
there.
rode out.
Yeah.
Well, they
yeah.
take you to the door and
Yeah,
dump you off.
and then they just kind of dump you off.
give you a voucher for cab.
No. I had my wife pick me up.
Oh, that was kind of her.
Yeah, it was.
It
was.
was.
She's still waiting for the voucher, but
Yeah.
I don't think it's coming.
So now that you are retired, what are you going to do? What's the next phase?
I don't know. I think I'm going to paint my house.
Wouldn't you rather teach?
Yeah, probably. But yeah, I don't know anything about painting a house, so this will be.
You're gonna learn.
I'm gonna learn. Maybe I can YouTube it or something.
Oh my
How to
God.
paint your house.
How to paint your
Yes.
house.
Graduating class to come paint it with you.
Yeah.
Yeah. Get a bunch of third graders over there.
Exactly. You guys didn't pass.
Yeah.
You got one more thing to do. You know?
Little extra credit.
You got to weed the flower garden and start painting my house here.
Oh, that is just horrible. Weed the garden.
Reunion.
That's right. You'll love it. You'll love it.
Oh my God.
I got box juices for you. You know? What the hell? You're in seventh heaven.
But in all the classes that you've had come through, I mean, kids are different today than when we were in school.
Yeah.
What makes it, besides the fact that computers come into play now? Don't they have tablets they play on or learn
Yeah.
on?
Yeah. Computers. Yeah. All my kids had laptops, and yeah, they were always playing games rather than listening to me.
That
You know.
good
so-
reason to pass them.
Yeah. As long as they didn't give me any guff, they could pass.
They showed up.
Yeah.
That's the main thing.
You show up with your computer, and the principal walks in. If you look busy, you're good with me. You're good with me.
Now, is your principal very visible in your school?
Yeah. No, he was a great guy. He's really good with the kids. He takes the kids who, it's East Salinas, so a lot of the kids are carrying a lot of baggage. And he takes those kids every weekend out fishing.
Oh, he
out here.
does? How cool.
Yeah.
Does he do a head count going in and going out?
Well, I would imagine so. It's a YouTube thing. Miguel the Fisherman.
Is
Everybody
it
check it
really?
out. Yeah,
Miguel
Miguel,
the
the
Fisherman.
Fisherman. Yeah. And you can
Some-
see him and all the kids going fishing.
And Miguel is the principal.
Yes, he is.
And parents approve of Miguel
Yes.
taking the kids out. That's cool.
I would imagine so. Yeah.
Uh,
I've never asked the parents. Hey,
I got a question.
Yeah.
So if you were to, so you taught all the different subjects.
I did.
In third grade, right?
Multi-subjects.
So which subjects are the subjects that the kids gravitate towards today? Like that they can take in quicker and easier than.
Well, my kids, because they're second language learners, they're all Spanish speakers. So math is the one that they really, because it's not language based, So, and it's more fun to teach because you get more payoff coming back at you,
Because you're getting it.
Yeah. To go ahead and do a reading thing, there's so much vocabulary that you have to stop and explain, and it's arduous, getting through all of that and trying to teach them how to comprehend and, take bits and pieces of a sentence and try to make sense out of that if you don't know a word. And,
But these kids are smart.
oh yeah,
They're
brilliant.
sponges.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, I
They're
mean,
like
I have friends
any
that
other
grew up over
third
there.
grade class. You got brilliant kids and you got your not so brilliant kids. And everything in the middle. And they're all great. They're all perfect.
Did you have any third graders that were taller than you?
Yeah, I've.
Did you have any third graders that were older than you?
Repeat?
Yes. Other than myself, no. But I have had kids. Almost every year, I've had kids that weighed more than me.
Wow.
Oh my.
Yeah,
That's
or
not,
as much as me.
That's not.
That's not good.
That's
No.
not funny.
No.
Wow.
Yeah.
Burrito. All that comes to my mind. Burrito.
Burritos. It is a different world over there, and I would assume teaching 30 years when you started to when you retired, it really did change. It was chalk on the blackboard
Right, yeah,
to computers and everything in between.
Yeah, and having to learn the different computer programs and stuff was always a challenge. I always gravitated back to the board.
Right.
I like direct teaching and just I'm all over the board. So
Yeah, and the kids
that's
were
what I
okay with
enjoyed.
that.
Yeah.
Kids are kids.
As long as you're up in front and moving, animated. Yeah, you'll keep their attention for 20 or 30 seconds.
Now, you're also a union man. Big in the union.
Big. I was big in the union.
We're non-union, by the way.
Oh, well, I'm out of here. Nice meeting you guys. Bastards.
But we do pay scale.
I better be paid scale here.
Right on.
Yeah.
So, any kids ever teach you or give you any advice that you appreciated, or was the best advice you ever heard from anybody?
From kids?
Hey, from kids. Let's start with that.
Advice from kids?
Stay away from my mother.
Don't cook bacon without your shirt on.
Ah,
I had a kid tell me that.
now I don't know that one.
He
What is
learned from experience. And he came back to tell me, Mr. Smith, you shouldn't cook bacon with your shirt off. Yeah, that's probably a good idea.
So a third grader had some hairs that were singed. Is that the way it worked?
I guess.
Make bacon, throw it in there.
Oh
Yeah,
my
and it
God!
spits out.
Put it on it. Gotta have an apron on. Come on.
Yeah, there you go. Something.
An apron or something.
Something.
I think it's a little crazy having a kid around a stove, but
Well, those kids, a lot of them, their parents work all day in the fields and stuff, so they're pretty much on their own.
they're on their own.
Yeah, so they cook and do whatever.
Here, you've been teaching for 29 years.
Yes.
Right? I don't
Yes.
know why you didn't go 30, but 29 is plenty.
Plenty.
Okay? Now, the question is out of those 29 years, I'm sure there was some bit of knowledge that you also wanted to give back to every class that you've had. What could it be?
Don't let other people think for you was always my thing for them.
Really?
Is do your own
In
thinking.
third grade.
Yeah.
Critical thinking.
If you start letting other people do your thinking for you, it's over.
Well, they let a computer think for them. I mean, before we came on, Google. We were Googling. He was Googling. I don't Google. He was Googling everything. He was doing math.
Yeah,
Google
but,
was doing math.
But a
for us.
computer is an instrument. It's not just somebody dictating to you how to think or what to think.
You don't
Well,
think.
Could be, I guess social media, but I wasn't considering social. They're too young for
Tools
social
that are
media.
available, not the social media. There's other things out there besides social media.
There are.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
There's encyclopedias all over the internet.
Well, we had a set in our house. They were real books.
Not
Yes.
anymore.
They don't
No,
have.
no,
Yeah.
no,
Hey,
yeah.
They had people going door to door once upon a time selling those.
Yeah.
You did that?
you? Yeah.
You mean what? Knocked on one door, or someone said no, and you said
Was it the World Book or what was the
Some
Britannica? Yeah.
Britannica. What happened to Britannica?
on the internet.
No way.
Google it.
Google.
They got rid of the EU, I think.
Oh my God, that is a little insane. But I think it's kind of cool. You keep a job that many years in the same school district when right now everybody's job jumping or not
Right.
working.
Well, We had a situation in our school where there was only going to be one English class in the 3rd grade because of declining enrollment. And I wasn't going to push the other guy out just for 1 year, and I'd put enough money away to where I could retire comfortably. I didn't need that extra
That's
year.
very kind of you to step aside.
Well, yeah, and I was ready to go. He didn't really have to twist my arm. Any little excuse, and I was out the door.
Are you going to miss it?
Not yet. I haven't.
Well, it's too early.
Well, I'll let you know when I do.
Yeah, please do.
Teach summer school?
Yeah.
I've never taught summer school. Never.
It could be a thing for you. It could be a thing.
Yeah.
No. Now it's going to be Mr. Smith, the bus driver.
Yeah. I was thinking crossing guard might be cool.
That would be a cool job.
Yeah, if they'd give me a uniform and a weapon.
Weapon.
I'd do it. Well, I demand respect out there.
That is pretty cool. So what you just heard,
That was a pirate ship.
we are on the wharf here in Monterey. It is a world famous wharf, and we're at Ablanetti's, a wonderful, wonderful restaurant that treats locals like kings. They have a local special every day, which is cool.
For retired teachers too.
They have a special menu for you, yeah. Helmet included.
Somebody will come and feed it to you.
I get special discount rates. Hey, I'm a public school teacher.
Chalkboard over here.
1 and 2 syllable words. Pictures included.
There you go. Yeah.
So now that you're going to retire,
Yeah.
okay, and if you were to be able to time travel, since you taught history and everything, if you were to time travel to anywhere if it was possible, where would you go?
Time travel anywhere where it was possible. I would time travel back to 1960.
What happened that you want to see there?
I was born in 1960, so I figured I could just kind of.
So you want to watch yourself pop out?
Well, I think, screw my parents. I think I'd be a much better parent if I was there,
Yeah.
guiding me along
Yeah.
and telling me, no, don't do, Tony, do that. Tony, don't do that, buddy. Don't. Yeah.
So speaking of parents, where in the pecking order are you in your family?
I am the oldest
Out of how many?
out of 2. I have an older stepsister, but she wasn't ever in the picture.
She doesn't
was,
count.
She was way older than us, yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah, so it was just me and my little sister.
Cool.
I thought you were going to
Blister.
flash back to when you were in high school with the band again, doing the traveling.
Oh.
That would have been cool.
Well, how long is this? I thought I could just flash back and then just relive it all the way through again.
Fast
I
forward?
didn't know there was a time. Only for an hour. You only get an hour.
You know, if you were listening, we were setting up. Don't touch that button. Anyway, we have a sound guy, and we have a guy that's doing the video, Frankie, and he's the one who tells us, don't touch that button.
Yes, I heard him.
And what did we do?
You touched the
We
button.
touched it.
Yes, you did.
Every chance. I don't know what this thing does.
And it's not working, is it?
It's not working.
No, you broke it. Yeah, so that's good.
Well, it kind of set us back. It is summer here in Monterey as we're freezing.
Yeah.
It was a little warmer
Jesus.
when we should have started. Hey,
Yeah, it was warmer. Yeah.
it was warmer.
Yeah.
Only I didn't need a jacket.
Oh, well. Yeah. And I.
Yes.
So I just want to talk about this on camera because we haven't talked about it yet.
Sure.
So you got out of high school, you got into music.
Yeah.
You were a bass player for the band.
Uh-huh.
And then after that, you got out of that. Do you remember the name of the band? Pulled you out of high school.
I think it was called Dreamer.
Nice.
Something like that. Yeah, Dreamer.
Did anyone go on to make it?
No, after, God, I don't know how many years, I came home. I remember I got home in the middle of the night and just went up to my room and came downstairs, and my father asked me, well, what do you want to do? And I said, well, I don't want to go back on the road again. I fucking hate that. It was a job. It turned into a job, and I hated that. So he said, well, why don't you teach until you figure out what you want to do? And so the last 29 years, I've been trying to figure out what it is I want to do.
Well, you're going to paint your house. That's what you
I don't
figured
want
out.
to do that. Particularly want to do that. That's just all I got, you know.
That's
Kind of
all you
a
got.
sad statement on my retirement there.
Now, is that going to be a team effort with you and your wife? She's going to watch this, so be careful with your answer.
No, me and my gardener.
You have a gardener.
Yes.
And you're a school teacher.
Yes,
We're a school teacher.
we're a school teacher.
Jay, do you have a gardener?
No, but if you were to retire and you painted your house, will you still put that on your resume?
Painter.
Painter?
Update your resume.
Depends on what kind of job I was trying to get, I suppose. Yeah.
Well, a lot of people don't really do retirement well. They, like my brother, for
thanks.
example. He went out right away and got a job.
Doing fine.
Yeah.
He just got out of the
Just
hospital.
got out of the hospital. It's killing me.
Yeah.
Retirement's killing me.
Yeah. Hey, he just wanted to get away from that one ply. I think what we're going to do is we are going to talk to your wife, and just for the memory of being in the hospital, we're going to make sure she brings one ply home.
Oh, okay. Well, that's very kind of you. Yeah.
No problem.
Okay.
We're here to help any way we can.
Okay.
And I'm sure your school district didn't have one ply.
No, but I tried not to use the bathrooms at school.
So where do you go?
I'm not a big public restroom kind of guy.
But
Foolish times,
hey,
Yeah.
well, wait a second. Hold on there. That's something we
I
need.
once walked from San Francisco State, where I was going to school, all the way to downtown San Francisco, where I was living, just to use the bathroom.
Oh my goodness.
It's just, yeah, I was just,
Well,
it's a guy thing.
yeah.
Well, I heard it, not my guy thing, but also because you're in an elementary school, aren't they really low to the ground?
Well, the kids, they do have adult bathrooms, men and women's, and there's only like 3 men on the entire staff, and that bathroom is always busy. It's just unbelievable. It's uncanny.
3 guys.
Yeah,
Let
and it's,
women know it's available.
yeah. I always thought that like
That's weird.
You should have to like check the seat out through the secretary. Have a big key on it or something. Yeah.
Big spoon.
Yeah, exactly. I thought that'd be the fair way to do it.
That's funny. I like that.
Okay.
So wait a second. Let's go back to this bathroom thing. Did you have the same? I mean, I know people that I've heard this before, that they can't go in public restrooms. They hold it till they get home. I mean, tears are rolling down your eyes sometimes, I'm sure.
Well, yeah, and and it begs the question: what's worse? Walking into a bathroom and somebody's in there just doing their business, making all kinds of noise. Or you're that guy. Somebody walks in. I don't know which one's worse. So I try to avoid that whole situation.
And there's only 3 of
completely,
you, so you know what? Luck of the draw.
There you go.
You're in a punk rock band.
Yeah.
Embarrass my Andy.
Yeah, well, there's. I don't know if it's so much embarrassment as just comfort. I
Comfort.
don't know. Yeah.
Knowing.
Clyde versus
Yeah.
Exactly.
No, I understand, but I have no problem with public restroom. You got to go. You got to go.
No, I have friends like that. A friend that I travel with who will just go into any kind of
Disgusting.
sump hole. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know how he does it. I couldn't do that. Yeah. So there you go.
Well, Alisal is gonna be gonna miss you.
Well, I sure hope so.
We're gonna miss all those kids.
Tony who? Mr. Smith who?
Exactly. Yeah.
So, being your name is Smith, and you think Anthony Tony Smith, pretty common name. Like my last name is Prodes. But there are times I'm Prodes or Protestine. You got to cater to your environment.
Right.
So you always Mr. Smith or Mr. Smith's?
It would be Mr. S. Smith.
S. Smith.
S. Smith. Mr. S. Smith is what they'd call me.
So
Mr.
how is
S.
your
Smith.
Spanish?
My Spanish used to be a lot better when we had to speak Spanish in the classroom. But since they passed, what was that, Prop 126 or something, the bilingual thing where you spoke English in the classroom. My Spanish is I can do parent conferences because I have that vocabulary, but anything I couldn't discuss the sports with you or anything. I don't have.
Could you order off a menu?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
What year was this that that change happened?
Well, I think it was in the 90s.
The
late
90s?
Yeah.
That's a long time ago.
Yeah. Yeah.
So you just started it.
Yeah. Yeah. And we used to.
So you're lucky.
half of the board would be in green, that would be in English, and the other half blue, and that would be Spanish. No, it couldn't be blue. I forgot what the other color was because we couldn't use red or blue because those were gang colors.
Right.
Oh yeah.
So
Is
we
that
had
still a thing?
not like it was. It used to be a real thing back in the 90s and stuff. Now, not so much.
It's all cleaned up.
Yeah.
What were you allowed to teach in the 90s that you're not allowed to teach now? The third grade.
Art?
In third grade.
What are you?
Oh, well, I taught 6th grade back then, but art.
Art?
For one, yeah. You couldn't.
Bring that back in this area yet?
Yeah, they're starting to. They're starting to now. They're just starting to bring it back in.
My daughter's in Watsonville. They got a huge
Yeah, they're
group of people helping.
right. Yeah, they're getting much more
Blessed that they're available.
grants coming in.
She just went to fourth. Well, she's going to go to 5th grade. Yeah.
Yeah,
They
great.
handle that. That's.
Yeah, and once we got No Child Left Behind, that's when you had to teach to the test, and you only taught reading and math because that's all they taught or tested for. So science out the door. If they don't test for it, out the door.
Wow.
All of that stuff was out the door. You taught reading comprehension, and math.
Wow.
And that was your day.
Good.
And you were supposed to, like your social studies and stuff, it was supposed to be integrated in, but come on.
Not so
that's
much.
not the way your science. Come on,
So
it
did you
wasn't
have
that.
kids tell you stories of like their lives? I mean, did these kids overshare? Because I'm sure they got stories to tell.
Yeah, a lot of them keep it pretty close to their chest. I never ask. I never get into their business. There are some teachers that know everything about their kids and their family life, and
Not so much.
No, I just kind of, once you walk through the door in my classroom, you're in my world now, and you leave all of that.
You're in Mr. Smith's world.
That's right. This is our world, and everything else is outside.
And it was a safe place.
Yeah,
Safe
always.
place.
Yeah.
So you could tell by your students, and how many in the classroom?
Anywhere from 30 to 20. I think 32 is the max.
That's the max.
I had
there's
22 my last
okay.
class. 22.
You could tell which kids were going to be more successful than others.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, you
Even
can
in
tell
third
because,
grade?
Yeah, their personalities and stuff are forming and stuff.
So
and
did you
can
say
tell.
to a kid, you know what, get out now? Or here's a football, learn to do something with this?
No.
Okay, so
No.
all right, let's segue into.
Okay.
Are there any kids that you're still in contact with that you helped, rear back in the day?
Not really that I'm in contact with. They come back, and they'll bring me like their college sweatshirt
How
or
cool.
something. Yeah. Or they'll come back and tell me, that they're doing good in high school or this or that, or come back to invite me to their quinceañera.
You're back to the quinceañera thing.
Yeah.
So that's a 15-year-old party for
Yeah.
a Mexican woman
Yes.
to celebrate being a woman passing
yeah,
from
I
a
think, yeah,
girl.
kinda-
And
yeah.
it's a religious thing, isn't it?
It's a
Catholic
rite of
thing.
passage, I guess so, yeah.
The rite of passage.
Yeah.
And now in some areas of Mexico, they run off and get married at 15 after that, don't they? Isn't that the whole idea?
What part, Steve?
I don't know. I don't know. I don't want to know. No. That's just weird to me.
Well, that
I
that was my second.
Google.
Those were my second and third wives.
Yeah. Hey, Sancho.
But after about 18 or 19, you kind of lose interest, and
Yeah, I would think
Yeah,
that's an
yeah,
old
yeah.
maid at that point.
yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
You know, there's jokes about that we're not going to go into,
No,
but
no,
you know,
I kind of painted myself in a corner here. I need out here.
Are you gonna play any music again in the future? Are you still playing?
Yeah. I don't know. I really don't know.
Well, where do you live again? Here.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, Tuesday nights there's a community jam over at the
Oh, is that right?
Tribe in the Sky.
They just started last week. I don't know if you ever heard of them, Tribe in the Sky.
No.
But they're a local group of musical talent.
Huh. Well, go check them out. Yeah.
And they just started again Tuesday over there, so you can go and jam with them.
All right. Yeah. Yeah.
Fun times. And the
And,
Bulldog was just remodeled.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, the Bulldog, and that's on Lighthouse, right? In New Monterey. Yeah.
I was there for lunch the other day for the second time. We were there when they first reopened. We figured we'd give them another shot. Not on the list anymore for lunch. I know it sounds horrible, but I can't do it. And the place is different. I liked it the way it was before, a little dank, a little British. Now it's just a big, bright room with a lot of TVs.
Oh, it's like a sports bar or something. Yeah.
Exactly. It is a sports bar.
That's too bad.
No, I don't think it's very British anymore.
Well,
Happy hour on Tuesday nights too.
Okay, I like happy hour.
was there just soccer on the TVs?
Actually, there was one soccer game. I think there was a couple daytime TV shows. It was ESPN. A couple of reruns of things. It was just two of us.
So it wasn't a British sports bar.
It was
really.
not.
No.
And it was an American with no accent behind the bar.
Oh, not
But he
even-
did bring a pitcher of beer into the kitchen. So,
Make the beer battered.
yeah, well, I don't know. Probably a Brit back there.
in chains.
Yeah, probably. But that is way cool. The other thing is, judging by your hat, you are a San Francisco Giants fan.
Yeah, kind of. Yeah.
Kind of, or
Well, I was.
one of these
until-
fair weather kind of guys?
Well, we kind of left live TV and we only do internet TV, and so I don't get the games anymore.
Radio.
So yeah,
Baseball's a radio thing.
Yeah, I guess I could, but that's
Can't get the visual?
yeah.
Don't
I
wanna
need-
do it?
I need the visual.
Oh, Tony,
Yes.
want to thank you for coming. Again, union scale wages. We gotta limit how much we pay this guy because he'll be on overtime.
Yeah, absolutely. You know,
Checks in the mail?
Because after 30 minutes, I'm
Yeah.
on overtime, buddy. Time and a half.
That's all we need. We gotta get the thing to 29.
You know, if this is anything like your classroom, it was probably fun for your kids.
Well,
You
I
made
tried
it
to
fun.
make it fun for them. Yeah, learning should be fun.
Learning should be fun.
Yeah, it
What did you learn today? No,
Not a damn thing.
don't hang around with these guys.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, we appreciate you. We thank you. You're coming back. See us again.
I would have told them to read this summer. True. They're still way behind because of COVID. That year off.
Right.
They're still not reading. You know, most of them at grade level, and they need just the practice. You don't get better unless you practice.
You could have them read the comics in a newspaper. That's why I get an interest
Well, I
in
was
reading.
going to give them my library. I had a library of kids' books, but because I wasn't there, I missed out on that. But I was going to get like 10 books and put them in a bag and give them to each kid, you know.
Well, it's remedial reading. Like for adult, that'd be remedial.
Yeah.
Jay, we have some books for you.
I got your summer reading.
Yeah.
CJ.
Look forward to a bag of 10.
Thank you so much. This was
Okay.
fun.
Thank you, man.
Hey, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you, Jay.